Guys, I have some good news. YouTube is allowing me to swear again and not wait 30 seconds. Finally, holy fuck. Oh yeah. I feel like the first time I cummed. Shashamga, my fellow N-words. Today we are going to be talking about the YouTuber known as iilluminaughtii, because recently I learned that she is a woman. And I also figured out that I haven't made a video on a woman yet on this channel, and that can be seen as extremely sexist. Now here, at the RingManofChaos YouTube channel, we are a progressive YouTube channel, and because of the fact she's a woman, I'm making a video on her. That's the only reason why I'm doing it, because she's a woman, not because she's a horrible person or anything, just because she's a woman. And if you also like women and are not extremely sexist, make sure to hit the like button. Nah, but on a serious note, today we're going to be talking about the YouTuber known as iilluminaughtii. And if you don't know who iilluminaughtii is, basically she's this YouTuber who makes videos on MLMs, which are just pyramid schemes, and not what I originally thought them to be, that being a subgenre of BDSM porn, but for midgets. Now, you think a channel that talks about MLMs wouldn't be doing anything wrong on this website. However, as Minecraft channels have shown us before, you are wrong, because she has done some really fucked up shit. However, before I go any further, let me just say that it's not as bad as what some Minecraft YouTubers have done. Let me be clear on that, okay? However, it's still pretty fucking bad. Alright, with that being said, grab some You're Adopted, some G Fuel, pull your finger out of your asshole, and let's just jump straight into this. When it comes to YouTubers taking down other people's videos, it's not a new thing on this website. And the typical way YouTubers take down videos they don't like is by flagging them. However, what's interesting about this case, when it comes to iilluminaughtii taking down these videos, is that she didn't even have to flag these videos. She instead manually deleted these videos off another person's channel. And the YouTuber she did this to was Tommy C. And she did this to one of his second channels. Now, this channel was just a comedic news channel where a lot of the people he knew played characters on the show, and one of the characters on the show was played by iilluminaughtii.
Sarah J. Warren is unapologetically feminist, and if they don't like it, then I would love to drink their overprivileged male tears, okay?
Miss Warren, the boss is on the other line for you.
Let me clarify something, Jimmy. Rip Wilson is not my boss.
Not your boss.
It's the other boss.
Oh God. Put him through.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes, Tommy?
Knock it off!
Got it, boss.
Sorry.
Gotcha, bitch!
Not only did she play one of the characters on the show, she was also given admin access to the channel by Tommy C. Now keep in mind, this is still Tommy's YouTube channel, okay? It's not Blair's YouTube channel, alright? Alright, just because you make somebody an admin, that doesn't mean they own the channel with you, alright? They still have to answer to you when making any decisions when it comes to the channel. However, I'm guessing Blair never understood that, because after her and Tommy C had a falling out, instead of just leaving the channel after that falling out like a normal person would, she decided to delete all the videos she was featured in on that channel before Tommy C could remove her as an admin for the channel. Now you're probably wondering what made iilluminaughtii so mad at Tommy C that she decided to do this and that she thought she was justified in doing this. She got mad at Tommy for making a fat joke about another host on the news team that she was friends with, because her friend got mad at the fat joke. However, this friend of hers that got mad over the fat joke Tommy made about him, he also has made fat jokes in the past. One in particular he made was about Tipster, where he compared him to looking like a hamburger, and it was so funny that they made the joke he made into a shirt. Do I even need to explain why this guy is hypocritical for getting mad at Tommy for making a fat joke about him? Now, what's funny about this is that the joke wasn't directed at Blair, so I don't know why the fuck she got so mad at Tommy for that. Like, if it was about her, then I could kind of understand why she's mad, but it wasn't, so she's just getting mad for somebody else for no reason. Like, there's no reason she could have gotten this mad, and it doesn't justify at all what she did, alright? So there's no justifying what she did at all. Oh fuck, I just punched my mic. And before I continue, let me just say that if you're in a group with Tommy C, from what I've heard, they'll make jokes about anybody. They'll make jokes about anyone that's a friend or foe, anybody, okay? Nobody's off limits from jokes. Now, what's even more odd about Blair getting mad about this fat joke that wasn't even directed towards her is that while she's not fine with fat jokes, she's okay with joking about somebody's mental health, such as when she participated in a joke where she read a post made by Tipster that was a serious one he made about the mental health issues he was facing at the time, and along with reading that post, she also made jokes about the post, along with Tommy C and a bunch of other people.
Engaging with you all, I also feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to deliver. For example, I have had a literal breakdown last night when I ran into tech issues while trying to stream. As fun as making videos is, all this pressure to do my best only contributes to even more stress. Tonight, I had the worst anxiety attack of my life. I didn't get much sleep last night due to staying up all night editing videos and further resolving the previously mentioned tech issues. I worked overtime at my daily job today, and work got so busy that I didn't get a chance to take lunch. During the drive home, I began to hyperventilate to the point that I had to pull over and get out of my car to breath. After a few minutes, I thought it was okay, so I got back into the car and proceeded to drive home. This process repeated 2 more times during the course of the entire drive home. As much as I love making videos, I feel like I am seriously putting too much pressure on myself to give you all my best. I feel like I am putting too much pressure on myself to put out daily content, and I feel like all this pressure, in addition to the stress of my life, is starting to have negative impact.
Now let me just say before I go any further, Tipster didn't take offense to any of these jokes that iilluminaughtii or her friend made. In fact, he took it like a champ. He thought they were funny, as a normal person should, because they're jokes. And Tipster, if you're watching this, I gotta say props to you for being able to take jokes about yourself. You should have gotten your silver play button, man. But at least you can look forward to Nick Merck sniffing your neck.
I want to smell him. He probably smells like shit. I want to smell him. I want to stick my nose in his neck.
It's kind of funny that a person who had fat jokes made at them, that being Tipster, handled it more maturely than a person who didn't have fat jokes made about them but got mad at them for some fucking reason. Now, in addition to this shit sandwich, iilluminutsheet deleted Tommy C's videos that she was in without even notifying him that she did that. In fact, what she did was she at first left a Twitch donation telling him to...
Yes, for a person of color.
Better watch your back, keep your people in control.
I cannot believe this is
fuck
like...
you, I'll do what I want.
And basically threatening him. Then after that, she deletes them. And then right after she deletes all of them, she leaves this message to Tommy on Discord.
I think you know where this is going. This is great working with you. It's very clear. We've grown in 2 different directions. I wish you nothing but the best for you, your team, your news, your family. And I wrote, huh? And then I was like, oh, okay, I don't know, fair enough. Thanks for everything, all the best.
And Tommy didn't find out the videos were deleted until after she sent that message. Do I even need to explain how fucking immature this is? Like, this is just fucking pathetic of her to do. Over a fat joke that wasn't even directed at her, and one that wasn't even that harsh. Like, it was a lighthearted joke, too. All of this because of a lighthearted fat joke. All of this from the person who's okay with making mental health jokes, but gets mad at a fat joke. You know, iilluminaughtii, for a grown woman, you have skin that's more thin than a high school cheerleader. But then again, I'm not surprised you don't act your age, considering the fact that your Instagram account looks like something a middle schooler would make. Now, when it comes to Blair removing YouTube videos, it doesn't just end there, because along with getting rid of videos that she was featured in on another person's channel, like most YouTubers, she took down videos criticizing her by abusing the copyright system. However, the way she abused the copyright system just shows how badly she doesn't want criticism of her being on the internet. So when everybody figured out what Blair did to Tommy, obviously not that many people were too thrilled with it. And one of the people that wasn't thrilled with it was somebody that used to work with her on Tommy's show, and who was also a YouTuber by the name of Boogie2988. Sorry, I meant to say Nicholas Diorio. And what Nick did was he made a video on Blair calling her out for her shitty behavior. Now, there was nothing in the video that Blair could copyright strike herself. So, you want to know what she does? She decided to abuse the copyright strike system by contacting the artist who made fan art of iilluminaughtii that Nick used for the thumbnail of his video, and she got the artist to copyright strike the video and get it taken down by letting her know that, and let me just say something, this artist was barely known too, so I think it just strikes everybody as odd that Blair chose to contact this artist specifically that had her artwork used as a thumbnail for Nick's video criticizing her. And the way she contacted this artist was just very manipulative because she referred to Nick's channel as a hate channel, and she was just letting this artist know that her work was being used so that way the artist can protect their work. So yeah, I think it's clear to see that through this DM, Blair chose to manipulate a fan of hers into abusing the copyright strike system for her so that way a video criticizing her can get taken down. Now just think about how pathetic this situation is too. Like, imagine being so thin-skinned that you choose to scour the internet to find someone who made fan art of you, and keep in mind, she has a lot of fan art made of her, so she had to scour all over the internet to find this person, just so you can abuse the copyright system. Like, lady, don't you have anything better to do? Oh yeah, you do. It's called making videos for your YouTube channel, or rather doing anything else with your time that you use to abuse the copyright system. However, ladies and gentlemen, the story does have a happy ending because once Nick saw that his video was falsely copyright striked, he got into contact with the artist who copyright striked the video for Blair, and the two of them came to an agreement after they had a little chat. And the agreement was that Nick would change the thumbnail so that it wouldn't be the artist's work if the artist removed the strike. And now, because this artist is a normal human being, they complied, and because of that, Nick was able to get his video back up. Now, you think after failing to get the video taken down, and after wasting all of that time for nothing, would deter Blair from trying to get the video taken down again. However, because Blair has skin thinner than a high school cheerleader that can't keep her finger out of her mouth, she decided to get someone else to abuse the copyright system for her in order to get Nick's video taken down. Now, the person she contacted was somebody by the name of Valerie, and it was because there was footage of her vlog used in the video. Now, here's the thing. Nick used that footage in a manner that made it fair use. So, iilluminaughtii is essentially a female Derek Savage, because she clearly doesn't know what fair use is. However, because Valerie knew what fair use was, and just didn't really fucking care that her vlog was used in that video, she just responded with, "I don't care," and didn't copyright strike the video for Blair. God, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen a YouTuber do. And now, you think that would be the end of iilluminauttii's crusade against criticism. However, when it comes to iilluminauttii's relationship with the word criticism, it's the same as the Chinese Communist Party's relationship with the word criticism. Because not only did she block Nicholas Diorio and Tommy C, and anyone that criticized her shitty behavior, she blocked people that followed them on Twitter just because they followed Tommy C and Nicholas Diorio, making her the second YouTuber with the most people blocked on Twitter, only behind Def Noodles. And even if you just interacted with tweets that were not related to Nick or Tommy's criticism of iilluminauttii, she would still block you, including people she never even had interactions with before, for just following Nick and Tommy's accounts on Twitter. I mean, for Christ's sakes, take a look at this message she sent to somebody in her community just because this person interacted with Nick and Tommy's tweets. Like, I don't think I have to say how fucking petty this shit is. Like, just imagine kicking out a fan from your community just because they engaged in tweets from somebody that you don't like that were unrelated to the beef you had with that person that you don't like. Like, I'm genuinely lost for words. This is just beyond fucking petty and irrational. However, it doesn't end there. When iilluminauttii realizes that she has no other ways to get criticism of her removed, she decides to make up lies about people that criticized her, such as when she lied about Nicholas Diorio and Tommy C making fun of her for having a miscarriage. And here's the thing, they didn't even know that she had a miscarriage, so they couldn't even have made fun of her for that. She's using a very tragic event that happened in her life that resulted in the death of her unborn child just so she can make people look bad that criticized her on the internet. Now, I do feel bad that she had a miscarriage, however, but for her to use that event just to make people look bad on the internet who criticized her is just a new low. She also lied about another YouTuber by the name of r/swatting her, because the reason why r/swatted her, according to her, was because she made a video that she has since privated, along with a ton of other videos, criticizing him and accusing him of using sub-bots. However, here's the thing, loads of other people made videos criticizing r/ for using sub-bots, such as one made by Nicholas Diorio, and Nick himself said that he was never swatted by r/. Now, I know some of you are familiar with Blair's history with r/ and you're thinking I'm going to talk about that situation where she accused him of using sub-bots. I'm not really going to go over it that much. However, I will say that I think she was lying about that situation of r/ using sub-bots, because she has said multiple times that other YouTubers use sub-bots, particularly ones that she doesn't like. So yeah, I personally think that she lied about the whole r/ using sub-bots thing. And also, considering the fact that she has privated the video, just adds to the idea of her making it up. For the last segment of this video, we're going to talk about one specific case of Blair trying to smear a creator that really ticked me off, because this was a small channel that she was trying to smear. So a YouTuber by the name of Cruel World Happy Mind made a video about this one MLM that was made a month before Blair made a video on the same MLM, and what a lot of people noticed from Blair's video and then watching Cruel World Happy Mind's video was that it was very similar to Blair's, to the point where people in Cruel World Happy Mind's comment section thought that Blair stole the entire video from Cruel World Happy Mind. Now, Cruel World Happy Mind noticed these comments in her comment section, and she watched Blair's video and said, hey, this video is kind of similar to the one I made a month before this big YouTuber. However, she didn't use the word stealing. Okay, let's keep that in mind. She never said that Blair stole her entire video or anything like that. Now, I would show you comparisons of both their videos, however, because I'm worried about iilluminaughtii striking this video, I'm not gonna do that. However, if you guys are curious, I'll leave links in the description to both their videos, and if you guys want to give them a watch and just compare the two, then go right on ahead, but do it after this video. And because she noticed these similarities, she decided to send a message to Blair, and honestly, it's one of the nicest messages that she could have possibly sent for this situation, and it was a very mature message. However, Blair is not mature, and what do you think she decided to do? Well, I'll tell you, she decided to not let go of that DM Cruel World Happy Mind sent to her, and she decided to vent out her frustration on a podcast and completely lie about Cruel World Happy Mind.
I want to play for you guys so you guys can hear it for yourself, so let's go ahead and let's roll the clip.
Something I recently learned, apparently, is there is this whole anti-MLM community, right? I kind of thought I was on my own little island, doing my own thing. Maybe that's my own ego. I don't watch their anti-MLM videos because I don't want to know what other people are saying or other people think. I don't want it influencing what I do. So I purposely like have terms like that blocked from my YouTube search stuff. I don't want to see it, and it's not out of I don't know, any rudeness, meanness, whatever. I can't care, and that kind of stuff can't influence me. What I did have happen though recently, which this is I'm gonna try and keep it vague so I don't mention this person's channel. But it's a very small YouTuber, and she DM'd me on Instagram claiming that I copied her. You got that. And okay, she claimed that I copied her video that she had done maybe a couple weeks ago, right? And the video that I had done the topic on was suggested to me multiple times from my comment section. So I just listened to my comments and I made a video because that's what people were interested in my opinion on. So she messages me and she goes, "I'm just really disappointed because you're someone I look up to and you copied my video and I want credit." Right? So I didn't know who this person was. So I went to my moderators in my Discord server and I was like, hey, I screenshotted the message. I sent it to them. And I said, do you know, is this a YouTuber? Can you guys like tell me who this is or what they're even talking about? Because I had no idea. They come back to me. It's this small channel. I'll just say less than 50,000 subscribers at the time. And she sources me. She uses me as a source in her videos, for one. So I found it kind of funny. And she... That was the point. I was like, you can't claim that I'm copying you when you use me as a source, honey.
Exactly.
But she sources me, and then obviously the first thing I did before even looking at her videos is I went to look at her sourcing list, because I think that's really important, is what do you use? And she had 5 sources. I have to use a pastebin document because I have anywhere 30 to 70 sources per video. I don't play around. But she had like 5 sources. One was Wikipedia, one was BuzzFeed, one was like TMZ or something.
Oh my god.
The most,
oh god.
And those sources are okay for a reference on certain things. Like I use Wikipedia as a starting point, because Wikipedia will generally give you an outline of where you should start looking. But those were her sources. And then she sits down for a video, maybe 30, 40 minutes long, drinks a coffee, is distracted the whole time, and just gives her opinion on how she feels about things. And I said, you cannot believe for 1 second, ma'am, that I am copying you. You are giving an opinion. I don't do that. And she even admitted, that she was restructuring her channel to kind of mock my own channel. So I was like, so you're taking my formula, essentially, like you're looking at how I outline my videos, you're trying to replicate that. And then when I cover a topic that you've already covered, I guess, then you say that I'm copying you. But I was like, honey, I've been doing the same thing. Like, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
and then she deleted the DM after a couple days, but I kept the screenshot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will remember this. I won't say anything, but I'll remember it.
I've screenshotted everyone who's done it.
I screenshot it too.
This is the thing, because you are in such a niche YouTube genre category as well, because like you said, there aren't many people doing it, and the ones that aren't quite on, I can't say on your level. They're not quite the same. I don't know how to say it.
They're kind of almost more like the beauty drama channels. They're more, it's about the tea, it's being casual, and that's really what the difference is.
It's nice to watch yours that seem like it's done in a more of a documentary style, and then there's reaction, funny.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's you can't really. People are going to talk about the same subject. People are going to talk about similar things that are popular within that very niche category. You can't then start throwing around that, you're copying me, only I'm allowed to talk about that.
Listen, I could do a smoky eye and someone messages me, you're copying me, are you kidding
me?
Yeah.
Come on now. But I mean, I don't discuss with most of this apparent MLM community, and this DM that I received was one of the first instances where I realized there was another community, and so that introduction was very negative. So I choose, now that I know this community exists, I choose not to really associate with them out of more of like disgust from this first message, where I go, I don't want to be associated with that kind of pettiness, that kind of behavior. It's just not like, it detracts from our message. Like, what is the message of this community?
Right, exactly.
And I do feel like it's people jumping on the bandwagon or something they see as picking up in popularity, rather than having this passion for it that you have, and wanting to, not expose in that way, but, talk, bring this to light for everyone. Like you said, these are people jumping on a bandwagon, sitting there, reading off a few things they quickly Googled, and, like you said, jumping on the tea side of it, and, they don't have that same passion for it that you clearly do, and that shows throughout other people's videos, but...
It does, and it's not to hate on them, it is a different type of content. That's not what I do, so it offers a new perspective, and I just... Personally, to me, I feel like if you're going to be part of this apparent anti-MLM community, which is weird for me to say because I'm still just kind of like, that doesn't exist, but it does, apparently. The message is supposed to be, right, helping inform those who might be trapped in an MLM realize that something's not right here, or helping prevent people from going into them. And like you guys said, making fun of the people stuck in there, making fun of, that kind of stuff, not doing your research, putting half-assed information into the world, and then turning around and then trying to be petty and attack other creators in the same space who are trying to spread a message of awareness is tacky, and it cheapens the overall message, and it shouldn't be something that exists. It's not a personal thing. This is if you're gonna abide by putting this message out into the world, you have to follow through with.
Wow, that was an incredibly scummy thing to say, Blair. But then again, I'm not too shocked that you would lie about this small creator, considering that you lied about people making fun of you for having a miscarriage. Also, Cruel World Happy Mind didn't delete the DM. I don't know why the fuck she's saying that. Freaking liar. And I love how one of the dudes says that she doesn't, state her opinion, that it's like a documentary. Well, in one of her latest videos, where she talked about Ben Shapiro's School Bang Bang. That one doesn't work either. That sounds like a porno name. School Shooter video. Alright guys, that's the only thing I can use, okay? I don't want YouTube censoring the shit out of this video through the algorithm. And in this video where she talked about Ben Shapiro's school shooter video, she literally talked about how she thinks Ben Shapiro is a racist, homophobe, and transphobe. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have any opinion you want on Ben Shapiro, however, if I'm gonna click on a video about Ben Shapiro's cringy school shooter video, then I just want to hear about that. I don't want to hear how you feel about Ben Shapiro or what you fucking think of him. She also lied about not knowing what the anti-MLM community was, because back when she was a Reddit channel, she actually made a video on the anti-MLM community, and I was able to find this out through the Wayback Machine. It was called Anti-MLM, but with more bleach, something like that. And so, yeah, she lied about not knowing what the anti-MLM community was. Now, because of this complete bullshit that Blair decided to spew, Cruel World Happy Mind made a response video that she has since deleted. However, thanks to good old Tipster, we have some clips of the video, which I will play for you now.
The video I made 4 months ago about how the anti-MLM community has fallen apart. I mentioned how months and months ago, in June, a larger creator posted a video, and I, out of the blue, started getting a ton of messages from people saying that this creator copied my video, saying they made a ton of similar points.
So what ended up happening is I just remember one day seeing this comment, I'll put it up on the screen here, where someone was telling me they thought another creator like copied my video that I did. And I was like freaked out, and I got a few other comments like that. So I was like, oh, this person thinks this creator copied my video. That's really weird.
And me at the time, I don't even think I had 20,000 subscribers. So getting messages like that freaked me out, because this creator had 600,000 subscribers and I had less than 20. And to hear so many people say the same thing about a situation and message me the same thing scared me. I never straight up accused this creator, this larger creator, of copying me. On top of that, something I didn't mention in that video, and that this creator seems to conveniently also leave out of this whole story. At the time that people were messaging me this, there were no sources on this person's video. The only thing it had in the description was, in parentheses, sources coming soon, which is why I think a lot of people assumed that they copied me and didn't give me credit or whatever. I send this larger creator a message. At the time of sending that message, since I was like just a really small creator, I was like, I don't know how to handle this. I felt super awkward. So I was just like, hey, yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages about this, but like, let's talk. The day after I sent this message, I was like, whatever, this is stupid. As I've said in the anti-MLM video I did 4 months ago, as I've always felt, very soon after this incident, people have a right to do a video on a topic you've done. And I watched the video, and while a lot of similar things were said, coincidences do happen when you're researching for something. You can stumble across similar sources. I've made similar points that other YouTubers have made on a topic unknowingly, because sometimes that's just how people's minds work. And there were aspects of this larger creator's video that weren't in my video, and vice versa. So I got over it. It was not a big deal to me. This larger creator never responded. So I was just like, okay, they didn't see, but that's fine, whatever. And for some reason, this message made this larger creator think it's okay to go on a podcast and spread completely false information, as well as try and spread a lie about me on her Instagram story. I get messages that this creator went on their Instagram stories to basically talk crap about me. I don't have screenshots of this larger creator's Instagram story. Believe it or not, after this video, I don't normally go around taking screenshots of everything, so I don't have those screenshots. I have receipts for literally everything else, but that Instagram story was a public story that a lot of people saw, so I'm sure in the comments people can verify that this is what the creator said. They first said, I can't believe a creator posted a video yesterday accusing me of copying them. Which, this is what I said in the video. You don't have ownership of a video topic, and that's something I've learned at this point. And honestly, it's good if someone covers a topic that you've covered, not just from an analytical standpoint, but just because you're spreading the word more. I literally say in the video, even just thinking that there was a possibility this person copied me was stupid. People cover the same topics all the time. It's great. It gets awareness. Then this person makes another Instagram story, and this is where it gets really weird and really shocking. This person makes another Instagram story where they say something along the lines of alluding to the fact that I'm untrustworthy because my profile shows up on a website that's supposedly about buying YouTube bots. Which, first off, a ton of YouTubers' profiles show up on these types of websites. It does not mean that they're buying bots. Also, that's the least discreet way of buying bots, putting your profile on, like, do you think I'm stupid? Like that I would put my profile on a public site and then buy bots. Then after that, this larger creator goes on this whole rant about what YouTubers are good to follow and how I am not a good YouTuber to follow because I'm putting down another person for views. That video that I did was me putting down another creator for views and my own personal gain, which is funny to me for a few different reasons. The first reason is it's extremely invalidating because I share personal stories of interactions I've had with this creator, and I try and explain a situation that affected the entire anti-MLM community. Now, this creator claims they don't know about the anti-MLM community. They had no idea there was an anti-MLM community. They thought it was just them. But the fact of the matter is, there is a community, and I care about it, and I wanted to defend it. And it felt really invalidating to basically say that all of my feelings that I was expressing in that video, experiences, thoughts, and reasoning was all just me trying to take advantage of a situation to gain views. The second reason why that's funny to me is that argument is the exact same argument that people make for anti-MLM content in general that me and her both do, as well as scam content that a ton of other creators do, talking about scammers. The most popular criticism of that type of content is you're just putting down this company for views and personal gain. You're just putting down this business guru for your own views and personal gain. So to use that argument against me and one of my videos when it's something that we get all the time for our content is very ironic to me. The only thing the story was about is putting me down. The only thing the story was about discrediting me, making me look bad to her followers. So it gets worse after that Instagram story and me just basically saying I'm not going to be kissing a larger creator's ass, thank you very much. I start getting more messages and comments on my YouTube videos to look into a certain podcast where a certain YouTuber is talking crap about me. Now, this podcast happened months after I sent the initial message. So once again, I had no idea this podcast happened, but all of a sudden people were kind of like, check out a podcast about you. And I was like, what the frick is that? So I use my, researching skills that I apparently don't have to find this podcast. So this person in a podcast takes an opportunity to go on there and talk crap about me. But the thing is, what this person says on the podcast is just blatantly not true and so easily disproven. It's not even a she said situation. This person went on a podcast and talked about me in a way that was so factually inaccurate and offensive to everything that I stand for on my channel. And here I was this entire time thinking everything was fine, respecting this creator, shouting them out when I could because I thought they were awesome. Not that anyone ever owes me anything for doing that, but I just feel like such a damn fool because I had no idea while I was doing all of this that this person was taking every opportunity they could to talk poorly of me publicly, all because I sent her one DM months and months ago that I don't think was too outrageous or accusatory or offensive or rude, and that I don't think warrants this type of reaction in any way whatsoever. The absolute most offensive thing that was said on this podcast was that the research that I do for my videos is just Wikipedia, BuzzFeed, and TMZ. After hearing this, I was so confused that I looked through every single video that I've done to be like, okay, First off, have I ever used TMZ as a source? Because I don't think I have ever used TMZ as a source. The one video I could think possibly would be the Tyra Banks video, because maybe there was a video clip that was linked in a TMZ source and I used the video clip in my video and felt the need to link it as a resource. But I could not find anywhere where I used TMZ as a resource. And as far as using Wikipedia, honestly, Wikipedia is a boring resource. If I use Wikipedia, it's because I use that source to define what a company is and then went into my research on that company, or define a controversy and then went into that research. It's usually to define something, but to use Wikipedia as the main resource for your video is just boring. That's just the facts of it. Wikipedia is boring. But I looked into it because I'm like, this person's saying this and they brand themselves as like the queen of research. So there must be something to this. They wouldn't make this up out of thin air. So I kept looking into it and I'm like, no. I spend hours and hours researching for a video and it felt so hurtful for them to basically shit all over that and claim that my resources are just Wikipedia, TMZ, and BuzzFeed, especially when I have done a lot of research on things like Donald Trump's scams and the MLMs he was involved in, Tyra Banks and the MLM she was involved in, Goop and the many situations, and I've looked at tons of different resources for each. They also mention on how each of their videos, they have 40 resources in a pastebin document, which is by far so much more superior to my Wikipedia, TMZ, and BuzzFeed resources that I supposedly use. I am a one-woman show. I do all the research, editing, scripting, thumbnails, and posting all on my own. I do not have time, nor do I think it is anywhere near necessary to include 40 resources in a video, but I do look for a decent chunk of really good quality resources. And it depends on a video I post. If I use 3 or 4 sources, I make sure they're good quality sources, legitimate and trustworthy, as much as I possibly can. I do all of my content myself. I'm not going to get in a research battle with someone trying to prove myself with 40 different resources, because I don't think I could possibly properly cite and properly include research from each source into a 20, 30, even hour-long video. A lot of what was said was so degrading to me and just genuinely hurtful, especially because, as I said, that's what this person has said publicly. I have no idea what this person has said privately to others about me, and I just don't think that you should follow a creator who puts down other creators for their own personal gain. Just kidding. I just wanted to point out the irony in that. She's criticizing me for supposedly putting down this other creator for offending, hurting an entire community, yet the whole time has been consistently putting me down publicly. I find it funny. At this point, it's clear to me that they do not care about hearing my side or giving me the benefit of the doubt in any way whatsoever. And to be honest, I feel at this point that I was intentionally misunderstood. For me to try this many times to extend the olive branch, for the message that I sent originally to be taken in such a harsh way and to be justified as a reason to say that many things about me, I feel like it was a very intentional misunderstanding. And I hate that I had to talk about that. It just feels stupid and it's stressful because I don't want random people that I've never even had a conversation with thinking some way about me or hating me or thinking I dissed another creator or accused them of copying me and demanded credit. All of that. It just sucks. I don't want people thinking that about me because it's just not true.
I mean, she just completely went off and just decided to be a straight up bully to this small creator because iilluminaughtii just made fun of her research, claims that she was attacking her, said that Cruel World Happy Mind was demanding credit for stealing her work, even though Cruel World Happy Mind didn't say that you stole her work. And also, remember that thing I said about subbotting and how I think she lied about the whole slash thing? Well, she literally just lied about Cruel World Happy Mind subbotting. Kind of ironic she's criticizing Cruel World Happy Mind for her research skills, considering that Blair can't even take time to research what subbotting actually is. Oh, wait a minute, I forget. She's wasting that time trying to censor criticism. Now, you're probably wondering why the video was deleted. Now, after that video, Cruel World Happy Mind decided to message Illuminati again, and once again, it was another mature message. However, Illuminati didn't respond to this message, probably because she was too busy reacting to the message. Now, after that DM, Cruel World Happy Mind decided to send one more message to Illuminati where it was very mature. However, she did apologize a lot to Illuminati in it, which I gotta say, she didn't have to at all. In fact, Illuminati should be apologizing to her for the shit that she did. Now, what immature shit do you think Illuminati's gonna do now? Well, simple. Illuminati decided that she was gonna do a debunking stream where she would debunk every point from this small YouTuber. First of all, she can't really debunk anything, so I assume she's just gonna lie her ass off on that stream. And second, the stream didn't end up happening. Now, I'm guessing that Blair even thought that there would be so much lies in that stream to the point where it would just be unbelievable. Now, because of this, the two of them then had a conversation with each other finally, and this was how it went according to Blair. Now, when it comes to Blair's past, you can obviously tell this is complete bullshit, and this is just Blair probably manipulating Cruel World Happy Mind. And I think Blair is only saying this because she just wants to get out of trouble and doesn't want any more criticism. Because in the end of this deal she had with Cruel World Happy Mind, she was able to get the criticism Cruel World Happy Mind had of her removed by making it so Cruel World Happy Mind will delete the videos criticizing Blair, because Blair will do anything to get rid of criticism. In conclusion, Illuminati can't mentally handle being on this website. She can't handle criticism in a very mature manner, and I would honestly equate her to a female version of iilluminaughtii and a female version of Futuristic Hub by the way she walks all over people and tries to silence criticism. And my advice to Illuminati is get off the internet and get some help, because these are the actions of a person who's not right in the head, to say the least. And in conclusion, bye I guess.